Dear friends, families of children with cerebral palsy, we are continuing our educational effort on helping you with the understanding of the current situation, cerebral palsy and coronavirus. So the thing that I wanted to cover today, and I will try to be relatively short and compact about it, is the conversation about the risks and behavior response. So what is the epidemic thing or the pandemic thing is that you are suddenly being exposed to much greater risks of potentially dangerous and even deadly disease that you didn't even know few weeks before. So suddenly your personal risks, the risks of your family and especially the elders, the risks of your children affected by cerebral palsy, suddenly those risks go up. Now, what is the behavior response to this? How do we deal with this situation? What do we do? So, first point that we need to understand is a little bit of the history and how we are wired. Right? So it's a hardwiring thing because mankind, through all the years and multiple generations of evolution has been facing risks. And we are the descendants of the people who survived through this risk because they did a relatively appropriate assessment of this. The first thing that we have to acknowledge about ourselves that we are mainly the descendants of the cowards, not of the brave men and women and so on, or like reckless ones. We are the descendants of the cowards. People who preferred to overreact if there was some danger, the noise from the bush, right, or the whatever. So it could have been a lion or it could have been just a bird. But generally, those who overreacted and escaped, they had the better chances of survival, right? So that's why, to a great extent, we are the descendants of the cowards. That means that when we hear the negative news, we have a tendency to overreact. That's the first point. The second thing, which is difficult, is that, in the original human development, there was a very direct link between the danger or perception of danger and response. Something happens, you flee, fight or flight. There wasn't such thing as, continuous bombardment. See, the thing which always completely transfixed me when I was watching things like Animal Planet or whatever, especially, I did it a lot with my daughter, is that, they show some savanna footage, and then there is a lion chasing a gazelle, and then gazelle manages to escape, for example. And then, 10 seconds later, the lion goes one way, and then 10 seconds later they show the same gazelle, and this gazelle is just chewing the grass. The stress is already gone. She doesn't live through it, she doesn't make any anticipation. The lion showed up, she did her best to escape, and then, now the threat is gone, it's back to business. So the original ancient humans were much more like that. The threat was in the fixed window of time, and then it was immediate action. Now everything is distorted. Media, friends, social circle, now especially with the social media and so on, WhatsApps, Vibers and whatever else, messengers, everything is sharing this coronavirus thing and so on and so on and so forth, and then the governments and everything is just putting the scare factor through the roof. So what happens? Of course you get fearful, you get tense, and you get into this situation when the fear becomes relatively paralyzing. You kind of start just praying, let me live through this as soon as possible. I'm just waiting until this whole paranoia and this whole danger and so on is over. Is this a productive approach? Probably not. If you find these videos informative, Please like our channel and subscribe, and in the next installment of this video series we're going to talk about the boring but necessary stats about the coronavirus threat level, which are going to help you in your strategic understanding.